Don't move to Dubai or the UAE until you watch this. Right now, if you search, is it safe to move to the UAE? You're going to find a lot of noise. Regional conflict, geopolitical tension, headlines that make the whole area sound like somewhere you would have to be crazy to consider moving to. And I want to address that directly, and of course I will. Later in this video, I'm going to give you the honest picture of what's actually happening on the ground. My name is Chris Ball, and the UAE has been my home for 14 years. My family is here, my business is here, and lots of people I work with are here too. In the time that I've lived here, I've watched thousands of people make the move to the UAE. High earners, business owners, investors, people who, on paper, had a great life back home, but still chose to leave it all behind. So in this video, I'm going to show you what is actually driving that. We are going to look at tax, quality of life, family, and the question we're all wondering about, safety. So let's get on to it. Point number one, tax. In the UK, the US, and most other countries, the government takes a cut of almost everything you earn, everything your investments make, and everything you sell. In the UAE, that changes completely. The UAE has zero personal income and capital gains tax. Whatever you earn, salary, bonus, dividends, you keep all of it. There is also no capital gains tax for individuals. So if you have an investment portfolio, if you are selling shares, if you are exiting a business or selling a property, you are not handing a percentage of that gain over to anyone. You get to keep all of it. So what does all of that actually mean in practice? Well, if you're earning 150 grand a year in the UK, you are losing somewhere around £55,000 of that to income tax and NI before you see a penny. So £150,000 is not £150,000. It's actually more like 95 grand after HMRC have had their fair share. The same income in the UAE will enable you to keep the full £150,000. So over 5 years, that difference alone is £250,000. Over 10 years, it's transformational, especially when that additional capital is compounded inside your investments rather than disappearing into a tax bill. In most Western countries, selling investments, exiting a business, or passing assets to your family comes with a tax bill attached. Capital gains tax, inheritance tax, estate tax. The names differ by country, but the principle is the same. A percentage of what you have built goes to the government before it goes anywhere else. In the UAE, those taxes do not exist for individuals. It is not a loophole you are trying to wriggle through. It is how the system is designed and actually works. And the stability of that policy matters as much as the policy itself. The rules do not chop and change. They've been consistent and predictable for as long as I've been here. So for someone making long-term decisions about where to base themselves, that predictability is really, really important and very, very valuable. One important note is that this video is for information purposes only and not personal financial advice. Your individual tax position will depend on your circumstances and structuring the move correctly, which can include breaking residency in your home country. Always make sure you seek personalised tax advice and never rely on a YouTube video from me alone. So the numbers here are very clear, but tax alone is not what makes people stay. What makes people stay is their quality of life and what they wake up to every morning. Point two is all about quality of life. People rarely move to the UAE and then move back because the lifestyle wasn't good enough. The UAE gets around 3,500 hours of glorious sunshine a year. Unfortunately, I'm from the UK, but it averages closer to 1,500. That changes how you live, believe me. It changes what you do in the evenings, whether you exercise in the morning, how you feel on a Monday when you get out of bed. but it is the infrastructure around the sunshine that surprises people the most. There's world-class healthcare, international schools, amazing restaurants, beaches, desert weekends, an airport that can connect you pretty much to anywhere on planet Earth. The city is built for people who want to live well. That didn't just happen by fluke or by accident. It's a deliberate design by a government that has made the place to attract talent, business and families who want options and a greater quality of life. And then there is the community. The expat network here is enormous, open and genuinely social in a way that's sometimes harder to find once you're a few years into your adult life back at home. People are building things, they're curious, they're from everywhere, and it creates an energy that is really hard to describe until you've actually been in it. So the day-to-day experience here is fantastic, but there is one question that comes up almost every time before someone commits to the move. What about my family? How are they going to get on? Point number 3, people and community. The number one thing people underestimate before they move is how quickly they build a life here. And the number one thing they underestimate before they leave is how much they will miss it. The fear most people carry into this move is not really about the place. It's more about starting over again. It is a scary, scary thing to have to start over again. There are new schools for the kids, new friends for you, and really leaving behind people you've known for 20 years or more. The birthday dinners, the Sunday morning football with your kids, the barista who knows your order off by heart, and the people who know your mother, father, and extended family. That is a real thing to give up, and I'm not going to tell you it will be easy, because it will not. But here is what I've watched happen consistently over and over again. People arrive here braced for a period of loneliness, which is natural, and instead they find something they did not expect, a community of people who are all in exactly the same boat. A group of people who left somewhere comfortable to build something better for themselves and their families. They are people like you. They're open and curious and genuinely interested in connection in a way that can be harder to find once you're settled into a routine, mundane adult life back home. The expat community in the UAE is one of the most diverse and genuinely social in the world. Over 200 nationalities live here. And because so many people have made the same leap, there is an openness to new friendships that you don't always find in places where everyone already has their own cliques and circles. For families with kids, the international schooling system here is outstanding. I should know, I have 3 kids and they're all in it. Your children will grow up alongside children from all over the world with friendships and perspectives that most kids their age simply will not have. They become extremely well-rounded humans. And for your life back home, the friendships, the family, Dubai is not a hard place to get to, and believe it or not, it's a hub people love to visit. Often more than they ever did when you lived around the corner. What I see consistently is people moving here expecting to lose their social life. Within a year, most of them have built one that is busier than what they left. So the community is real, the lifestyle is real, and the financial case is clearly real too. But I told you at the start, I was going to address the thing that is sitting at the back of your mind, no doubt at the moment, and I'm going to do it now. Point 4, safety and stability. Look, I want to be straight with you about this because you deserve a straight answer. Yes, there have been missiles and drones fired into the country. It's a real thing. I live here, my family lives here. I'm not going to sit in front of a camera and tell you that did not happen or that it does not matter, because it clearly does. What I can tell you is what it has actually been like to be here through it, because I've been here the whole way through it. There are adjustments everyone has had to make to their daily life, and I'm not going to pretend otherwise or that it's been really easy. But here is what I will say. If you're forming your picture of what it's like to be here right now, based on the news, you're going to get a distorted version of reality. The media has a strong incentive to make this place look as dramatic as possible at the moment. What is actually happening on the ground is significantly calmer than what's actually being portrayed in the news and media outlets globally. Life is continuing, people are getting on with things because they've looked at the evidence and made a rational assessment that suits them. So some people have chosen to leave temporarily with their families. And of course, that's completely fine. Some have decided that, what's gone on is really not for them. And of course, that's fine too. But one thing I can definitely tell you is how well the local authorities and leadership here have dealt with things on the ground. And when I look at the evidence of why I decided to stay here, this is what I see. The UAE has one of the most advanced air defence systems in the world. It operates THAAD, or the Terminal High Altitude Area Defence System, making it the first international customer to deploy this technology made by Lockheed Martin, alongside multiple layers of Patriot batteries and several other systems working all simultaneously together. Military experts rank the UAE as one of the top Arab military powers in the region. Its armed forces operate at NATO levels. The results speak for themselves. More than 700 ballistic missiles, cruise missiles and drones were launched at the Emirates from Iran in the first 2 days of the current conflict. The UAE's missile interception system has maintained a success rate of higher than 90% of these. The government has also just signed an $8 billion arms package with the US, significantly strengthening its ability to defend itself against the current threat. And the UAE does not stand alone. France, Germany and the UK have all stated that they will take part in offensive action against missile and drone attacks if attacks on the Gulf persist. Now, I'm not going to tell you how long the regional instability lasts. Nobody can tell you that, honestly. What I can tell you is the UAE government has invested enormously, deliberately and consistently in keeping this country and the people in it safe. And the evidence of how that investment has performed under real conditions that we've been through at the moment is there for everyone to look at and see. I have faith in that. That's faith based on 14 years of watching the UAE government and leaders make decisions and on what the actual data shows. And it is not just the defence capability that tells the story. The UAE consistently ranks among the safest countries on planet Earth for personal safety. Crime here is extraordinarily low by any standard globally. Gallup's Law and Order Index has placed it in the top tier of countries worldwide year after year after year. People leave their cars unlocked, children play outside late, women walk alone at night and feel comfortable. For anyone moving from a major Western city, that shift in day-to-day feeling is one of the first things they noticed and one of the things they talk about the most. So when you weigh it all together, the tax, environment, the quality of life, the community, and what the safety picture actually looks like on the ground and in the inside, the story is very different from the one most people have in their minds at the moment. What I have seen here over and over again is someone who spent years building a career, building wealth, building life, and there is a version of the next chapter available to them. One where they keep more of what they earn, live in a place that genuinely energizes them, and build the kind of life their family actually wants to be part of. But they stay stuck because the fear of getting it wrong feels bigger than the cost of staying put. And the cost of staying put is real. It is just harder to see because it arrives slowly. In tax bills, in grey winters, in the sense that you never quite got around to building the life you were working towards. The people I've watched make this move, almost none of them look back. They just wonder why they waited so long. So if you want to understand what this would actually look like for your specific situation, your income, your investments, your tax position, the link in the description box below will connect you with a regulated advisor from our team. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. Thanks very much for watching.